Unraveling the mental health crisis, I'm going to unmask the invisible trauma of toxic ideologies. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca P. Fox. I'm a psychotherapist and I specialise in healing from trauma. Now, it is no secret that it's becoming a societal norm to be and behave in a way that is toxic. And the truth is, mental health issues are very much on the rise, but the question is always, well, why is that? Why is there a surge in mental health issues and disorders? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down all of this for you. In the depths of our minds and hearts, there lies an intrinsic web of emotions, experiences, and beliefs, and it's these that shape our very existence. The human experience itself is a journey, and it's paved with moments of joy and sorrow, love and loss, triumphs and challenges. Without one, the other can't exist. Yet, in the midst of this complex tapestry, we find ourselves grappling with the profound mental health crisis that affects all of us at some point in our lives. So let's take a look at the reasons behind this crisis and uncover the hidden traumas behind toxic ideologies that really do plague our collective well-being. So the first question is, well, why are we having a mental health crisis? And this really is a question that echoes through the minds of countless individuals who are seeking solace and trying to understand this increasingly chaotic world that we live in. The roots of this crisis are very much multifaceted. They stem from social, cultural, personal factors. And the truth is, the pace of life that we have right now and are experiencing is very fast, it's very unpredictable. And this digital revolution and mounting pressures to exceed that seems to be forced onto us. We've inadvertently detached ourselves from the very vital components of our mental well-being. It's almost like that's no longer a priority for us when we feel like we have so many other factors to conform to and push forward into. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the rise of isolation. In an age of hyperconnectivity, paradoxically, we've become more disconnected from human connection, and I mean genuine human connection. There's that allure of social media that gives us an illusion of belonging, and yes, while social media has a place and it's not going anywhere, it really has bred a sense of isolation, and this is what's led to the rise in loneliness and anxiety. So we've got to recognize that true connections are built on vulnerability. They're built on empathy and authentic communication. That is what allows us to connect at an very much genuine human level. And we've also learned to suppress our emotions because we live in a society that often discourages the expression of vulnerable emotions. And this is very much true for men, and certainly this begins in their childhood. Many children are taught to put on a brave face and repress their true feelings. And this is what leads to emotional repression and that growing sense of emptiness that is being expressed by so many people right now. So by acknowledging and embracing our emotions, this is going to be a crucial step towards healing and of course being able to connect with not only who we truly are, because we've come so disconnected to that, but also with those around us. Now, perfectionism, this has also become a goal for many people. And when we're in this relentless pursuit of flawlessness, this causes so much anxiety, but it also robs us of the beauty of imperfection, which as humans, we all are imperfect, or dare I say perfect in our own way. But by embracing our flaws and being kind to ourselves, this really is a powerful antidote to the pressures of perfectionism that we're all so frequently subjected to. What is the invisible trauma behind these toxic ideologies that I'm talking to you about right now? Beyond the struggles that contribute to this mental health crisis, there exists a subtler, more insidious force. And this is the trauma emanating from toxic ideologies that infiltrate through thoughts and beliefs. And usually, those who fall victim to this are vulnerable. So it's like the weak are taking on these ideologies and they're developing this toxic mindset. And these toxic ideologies, they often go unnoticed, which is what makes this so dangerous. These ideologies take root within our minds and they create harmful patterns. And this is what is fueling this crisis, causing even more damage. One of these toxic beliefs is cult of materialism, where society glorifies the idea that success and happiness comes from owning more and more things. And we see it, right? We see it every day on social media. If you're not driving a Lamborghini, if you're not flying out to Dubai, if you don't have this lavish lifestyle, then you're not classified as someone who's successful and happy. But that just isn't true. You see, in our pursuit of material possessions, we often neglect our emotional well-being and relationships. And this is what leaves us feeling empty and unfulfilled. So those who chase that image of showing everything they own as part of their identity really don't have an identity at all because they're so empty and unfulfilled inside. Another toxic belief is hyper-individualism. This really does put an emphasis on individual achievements above all else. So this is what leads to a highly competitive society where people feel even more isolated and reluctant to ask for help when they need it the most. I want to add into this that this is where the media really doesn't help with this crisis, because the media really does bombard us with images of unrealistic beauty standards, creating a body image obsession, enabling body dysmorphia to kind of resurface and become a way of life for many people. Because we constantly then compare ourselves to these ideals, leading to body dissatisfaction, eating disorders, and of course, feelings of inadequacy. And something which is very much being talked about right now, but isn't being addressed, is toxic masculinity and gender norms. These are what contribute to the fear of vulnerability. And this is especially true among men. You see, many feel emotionally repressed and unable to seek support and express themselves fully. But the reality here is that regardless of gender, as humans, in order for us to create healthy connections, we need to be able to express ourselves clearly and show a level of vulnerability. Now, I'm not saying put all of your cards out on the table and completely expose yourself, but you need to be confident enough in how to express and when. And finally, there is that fear of failure, which really does push us to hide our insecurities and pretend to be invulnerable. And look, this fear really does hold us back. It holds us back from exploring our creativity and finding our true potential. And the truth is, we never fail in life. Failure is not an option when every experience that we go through, we take an opportunity to learn from. Even when that outcome isn't something that we was expecting or we wanted, providing we learn from that experience, we never actually fail. These toxic ideologies may not always be obvious, but their effects really are profound. And by recognizing and challenging these beliefs, this is when we can start to take significant steps towards improving our mental well-being and then creating a healthier society for everyone. So remember, it really is essential to be kind to ourselves and others and to embrace vulnerability as a source of strength and growth. And before I finish, I just want to give you guys some thought-provoking reflections. These are some questions that I want you to ask yourself to help with your mental health and any toxic ideologies that maybe you hold on to. The first question is, what emotional barriers prevent me from connecting with others on a deeper level? And how can I overcome them? The second question, are there toxic ideologies in my life that I've unknowingly embraced? If so, what are they and how have they affected my mental well-being? Third question, in what ways can I practice self-compassion and acceptance of my imperfections? Embrace them, guys. And the last question is, what steps can I take to break free from the fear of failure and pursue personal growth with courage? So guys, I hope you got loads of value from this video. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Please, if you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments below. And if there's anyone that you think needs to hear this, please share it.